guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Now, as you can see, as soon as you come around an obstacle, it will show you the parking sensors there. Let me park the vehicle in. It is scanning. Okay, I want to park it to the right side. Okay, so it has found a slot to park, which means that I have to release the steering wheel, get into reverse, and there the steering will take over. There it is, parking the vehicle. Although where I want to park and where the car wants to park, we are two separate people who do not actually mutually consent to this activity right now. So I'll just keep moving, and let me tell you a few more interesting bits about this vehicle. You never have to disengage the handbrake. It automatically gets disengaged as soon as you get into gear. Meanwhile, it gets electric handbrake. This is the electric handbrake. There's auto hold function as well. Like I told you, this is the drive mode selector. This is to get into park. Press this button and the car is into park. You can see it actually shows you how much charge is there, how much is charging the battery as well, because there's regenerative braking on offer too. Meanwhile, Neha, what is our favorite feature about the Volvo XC90? Our favorite feature is heating my seat and my steering wheel. Okay, let's get driving. Alright, we are all set to go, which means turning on the heads-up display, getting into drive mode, getting it into power mode, which is for sporty driving, slotting into drive as well. And let's turn off traction control too, which means that I have to slide here, and right here it says ESC sport mode, traction control off to, air conditioning off, air conditioning off too, turning off steering, heating as well, and ventilation is off as well, turning off the hazard light, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, and off we go. Little wheel spin. Acceleration is really very brisk, supremely brisk acceleration. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in, hold your breath, 5.9 seconds. That's right, 5.9 seconds to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. This is a very fast car for an SUV which weighs 2,400 kgs. Now, powering this car is a twin engine. Yes, it says twin engine on the boot. Why is it twin engine? Because it uses a 2-liter petrol engine which is both supercharged as well as turbocharged. Supercharged in order to prevent any low end lag, and turbocharged for a good mid and top end punch. And obviously this motor itself produces 320 horsepower while producing 400 newton meters of torque. That is a lot of grunt from a 2-liter 4-cylinder motor. But that's not all. This is a plug-in hybrid, which means it also gets an electric motor. Now that electric motor produces 87 horsepower and 240 newton meters of torque, taking the combined power output to 407 horsepower and the combined torque output to a maddening 640 newton meters. That's diesel territory. That's actually 6-cylinder diesel territory. That is the level of oomph this electric motor is offering. Now it uses a 9.2 kilowatt hour battery. In a sense, the Hyundai Kona uses a 4-time bigger battery at 39 point something kilowatt hour. But this is a hybrid, which means that the grunt from the electric motor is a lot. The engine actually powers the front wheels. Meanwhile, the hybrid motor, or rather the electric motor, powers the rear wheels. And that is how the 4-wheel drive system works, because the front and rear axle are not connected by a prop shaft like usually is the case. Instead, Volvo has used that space to put the lithium-ion battery, and thus weight distribution is quite apt. And this car uses the SPA platform, which is the scalable product architecture, which has been made in a way that it can go full electric from day one for the XC90 as well as the XC60 cars. It actually sounds quite sporty, this engine. It's very refined lower down, and this motor is mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox which offers smooth shifts. The only gripe here is the fact that you can't manually take control of things. There are no paddles on offer. There's no Tiptronic function on the gear lever either, which is kind of disappointing. That said, it has multiple drive modes, and all these modes alter the steering as well as the ride quality, the damping, because it uses an air suspension. It uses a 4-corner air suspension. The air suspension is so brilliant that if there's a pothole which affects the left side of the car, it won't let the right side feel it at all. That is the level of ride quality on offer. It is on the softer side. It feels very compliant and definitely gives the Volvo excellent composure at higher speeds as well. However, the ground clearance is just too much. Minimum ground clearance is 227 mm, and when you raise the height of the vehicle to the maximum, it is 267 mm, which makes it quite tall as such. But still, the dynamics are absolutely brilliant. The steering offers good amount amount of feel and feedback. It's light at low speeds, it weighs up brilliantly at high speeds, but there is body roll on offer. There's quite a lot of body roll actually, and the car does roll around corners if you push it hard and fast. However, that said, there's good amount of grip on offer. It really grips terrifically well, offering good composure, and that's largely also because of the 4-wheel drive system and of course the massively wide rubber on this vehicle. Volvo has done an absolute brilliant job with the engine. The hybrid powertrain works brilliantly well, and you know, it can obviously be charged externally because it's a plug-in hybrid. It takes 2.5 hours to charge the battery of this vehicle from 0 to 100, and it gives it a pure electric range of 40 kilometers. But as soon as you get hard onto the throttle, the engine will kick in. You can obviously drive on pure electric as well, but in order to do that, you have to make sure that the battery is charged and you don't get hard onto the throttle, because even a slight prod on the accelerator pedal will make the engine wake up and give you a lot more oomph than you actually desired. So performance is great, absolutely sensational. 5.9 seconds to 100 kilometers per hour. That's as fast as 6-cylinder diesel cars. That is the level of performance. Now the petrol engine alone isn't very efficient. It returns a mileage of around 7 to 8 kilometers per liter, but when the hybrid power comes into play, the fuel economy does improve dramatically. And the other issue here is that the fuel tank capacity is quite low at just 50 liters. Meanwhile, the good thing about the Volvo XC90 is the fact that it feels so composed as you build up speeds. Okay, can you see that? The light is blinking. That is BLIS in play. Basically, that is the blind spot information system, which blinks on the rearview mirror to tell you someone is in your blind spot. That is so freaking cool. It has a slew of radar-based systems. In fact, it's got collision mitigation. It has got autonomous braking as well. So, you know, on the heads-up display, I don't know if you can see that. If a car is close, you can decide how many car lengths you want to keep with the car ahead, and it will actually tell you that you are coming close to a vehicle to back off or apply brakes. And if you don't do it, and if you come too close, this car will automatically apply brakes on its own to make sure that you come to a halt. And it's also got city safety, cross traffic alert, you name it. It has got a slew of electronic systems to ensure safety at all given times. The XC90 also gets regenerative braking, which means that when you apply brakes, it actually tries and charges the motor, but that's not really adequate. In order to increase the boost of this electric motor, you really have to plug it in. It's amazing the way this car sounds, you know. A 4-cylinder engine sounds so good. Well, that is a surprise for sure. It's also got this amazing lane keep assist, which will actually pull you back into the lane when you cross a white marker. So right now when I try to do it, actually the wheel will first vibrate and then it will start pulling you in. The system actually works flawlessly well. So here you go, you can see right now. Yeah. Yes, there it's turning. It can actually read the white line and it can turn. There you can see there's a slight correction it's giving time and again when it realizes that yes, I am trying to cross the white line. It says lane keep 8, apply steering. So basically you can't just leave steering and be like, okay, the car will take me from Bangalore to Goa without me having to give any steering inputs whatsoever. So the Volvo XC90 is available in 5 variants. 3 are for the diesel. Actually, the base variants are the diesel because here petrol costs more than the diesel because the petrol happens to be a hybrid. Now, talking about the hybrid alone, this particular car costs rupees 1.6 crores on road Mumbai. The base diesel costs 99 lakh rupees. By the way, globally, Volvo has updated the XC90 and given it a facelift, giving it more features and slight cosmetic add-ons as well, which will hit Indian shows soon as well. Now, this being the Excellence trim is available with 4 seats only. Meanwhile, the Inscription is available with 7 seats, which is also a hybrid. So how good an SUV is the XC90? Well, first and foremost, this happens to be the flagship model for Volvo, and truly it is brilliant in every given way. It rides well, it handles well for an SUV which weighs this much, only gripe being that the fuel tank capacity is slightly low, although a plug-in hybrid with the diesel would be a great touch as well. That said, there's good amount of comfort on offer, plenty of features, a lot of safety and a lot of desirability as well with the Volvo XC90, making it easily one of the best SUVs you can buy in the world right now. Volvo has indeed taken a huge step with the new XC90, and trust me, I can't wait for the facelift to arrive because that would be next level too. In fact, Volvo has been updating its cars so frequently that by next year the XC90 would be the oldest car, and when this car came, it was the newest car among, obviously it will be the newest car from Volvo Volvo in the world, which gets a completely new design inside out, new technologies, new features, and a lot of safety as well. This is a Euro NCAP 5-star car. What a brilliant machine. And if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. How do you like the car, Neha?
Fabulous.
How fab is it?
It's completely fabulous.
Alright, that's good to hear. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.